Hi guys, this is Sam from Fluid Social. Today I want to talk to you about how to start approaching women, how to take action now, because I know the majority of you watching this want to, but you're not. You want to go out, you want to start dealing with your social life, start approaching, start meeting women, start improving your communication skills, but you're not doing it. It's one of those things. You know you want to do it, you know you should do it, you know you need to, but you're not. So I'm going to look at the three major reasons why you're not doing it, and I'm going to break each one down a little bit. The first and most common excuse that people have is their logistics, right? They say, oh, I've got like a busy working day. I've got a busy schedule. I live with my parents. I live with my friends. I don't have time. I don't have, the resources to go out and make it happen. And you say, in the future, when this changes, when I get that raise at work, when I move out of my parents' house or live by myself, when something changes in my logistics, then I'll start approaching. I'm telling you now that when something changes, you'll find another reason, because you can't just wait. You can't just wait for something to change, because you're not going to have any social momentum when it does. You're not going to have that flame inside that causes you to take the action when you move into a better location. You're not prepared. And the problem is there's this issue with you wait for something to happen before you start, but we've got it the wrong way round. You have to start before something happens. You have to go before you're ready. That's the major point. You have to create that forward motion so that when your logistics do change, you're able to capitalize and take advantage. You have to start before. The second one is finances. People say, I can't really afford to take girls out on dates to nice places. Maybe once my finances improve a little bit or I get that raise at work, then I will go and I will take a girl out. I'll start approaching and when I can date, when I know that I can afford to date. And the problem again is I can tell you as a matter of fact that if you think being wealthy or having more money is going to help you in this sphere, it will not help you in the way that you think it will. There are some women that are going to sleep with you because you're rich. There are some women that are going to go for a guy who has money. But I tend to think of those as the equivalent of the guys that just go for a woman based on having huge fake tits, right? It's superfluous, and yet it's something you chase because you're allowing that animal brain to come in. Those are not the women that you want to be dating and sleeping with. Are the ones that are only going for you for your money. I'm not saying money's not important. Money is also indicative of power, status, intelligence, and all of the things that it takes to be a good human. So I understand women looking for relationships with guys that have made money, but if she's just sleeping with you because you're rich, then there's a problem. So for the finances, it's exactly the same as the logistics problem. You have to start now. You have to start improving your skills so that when you have that money, you're able to actually impress the women with your personality. You're able to actually communicate well and make them feel good so that they're looking at you for you and not for the material that you've accumulated. I can tell you this because I obviously have a lot of wealthy clients. I have a lot of multi-millionaire clients, and they're struggling with women. They can sleep with women fine, the type that are going for their money, but they can't connect and meet with women that like them for who they are and that they actually see some sort of connection and future with. Money doesn't solve that problem. It solves the problem of sex. It doesn't solve the problem of connection, romance, and love. Now, the third one and the biggest one is the mentality. You say, I just don't feel it at the moment. I just don't feel it right now. Like I can't do it right now. I'm anxious at the moment. I'm going to wait for my mood to pick up. I'm going to wait to feel better, right? I'm going to wait for some spark of motivation to come along. This is the most obvious example of something that you wait for to change when in fact the action is what changes the mentality. Yes, there is a circularity where sometimes there is some spark of inspiration that comes in, a book you read or a random coincidence where you found yourself in a group of people and it gave you loads of confidence. However, you cannot rely on that, because the more you expect that to happen, that spontaneous thing to happen, the more you diminish the actual effect of it, right? So spontaneous things can happen, but they will not have that effect when you're waiting for them or when you're They only work when you're not expecting them. That's the nature of the spontaneous kick up the arse. And so the mentality one, you must understand this principle, which is that nothing will change until you take an action. The action precedes the mentality change. You must go before you're ready. You must be feeling anxious and go and take the action to get out of the anxious state. Nothing else will do it. Meditation will help. Self-reflection will help. Growth and personal development will help to some level, but without that spark of action, nothing's going to happen. It's like preparing for an exam for your whole life, doing the meditation, the self-development. It's like revising and preparing and writing out ideas and planning, and then never taking the test, never taking the exam. You have to just go. Don't worry about the outcome. Don't worry about what people think about it. Don't worry how she's going to respond. Don't worry if other people are watching. There is nothing to worry about. You have to have this tunnel vision. You have to look at yourself and say, nothing matters. My emotions are superfluous. They rise and they fall. They are not the thing that decides the actions that I'm going to take. And you take the first step. You walk outside. You put your blinkers on like a dog with the funnel where he sees tunnel vision. You see the girl you like. You know that it's an action that you must take in order to change your mindset. And so you take the action and everything will change from there in correlation with how much mental power you put into the act. So when you say, I'm going out and I'm going to go and approach a woman, I'm going to do it. No emotion is going to stop me. No anxiety is going to stop me. I'm going to go straight for it. Then you will feel the rewards of that. You will feel the other side. You have to make this happen with a physical action. It will not happen in your mind first. Sam out.